As I opened the door, the stench was overwhelming, but there could be no doubt of its origin. In the center of the room was the corpse of an Argonian dressed in rags. It was clear he had been dead for several days, judging by the advanced state of his decomposition. The ragged-looking man stood in strangely stark contrast to the tidy living space. We must meet. It is of the utmost priority. This safe house is yours. Take what you can use. Bury the body. Come at once. You know how to find me. Prolocutor. This Prolocutor is my handler. I'm not sure I like the idea of being handled, but this is how it works. The system was established for a reason. I have many questions. How is it that I'm supposed to know how to find him? It was then that I realized what I must do, and I stuffed the page in my mouth. Gods, he is in Solitude's dungeons. It could be nothing else. How am I to get to him? It is difficult to imagine a more inconvenient meeting place, and yet I must find a way. And how did he know there was a body to be buried? My first act was to bury the stinking carcass of this unfortunate Argonian. Had he been An-Xileel? It was as I buried him that I discovered the ghastly truth of his death. In his mouth was a small piece of what had been a larger sheet of parchment. It was then that a chill ran up my spine as I recalled. This was a Bloodscales mission, and we were all expendable. What could this be about?
Welcome, dear viewers, to Couch Warrior TV on YouTube. I am the Couch Warrior, and you are watching The Black Prince. Well, here we are in the swamp house. And we've got some work to do. We haven't finished exploring this place yet, but we don't have much time to do that because we've got a mission coming up that we have to prepare for. So let's do that. So we're going to take a look at what we can make, what we can find around here that might be worth keeping. Let's see. Some damage health might be good. However, before we get into this, let's take this. Poison botulinum toxin. All right. Let's take a look at what ingredients we have that we have not explored the properties of yet. It is important at this point that you understand where we're at with alchemy. All right. Okay. We have experimenter, which means Eating an ingredient reveals all effects. All right. This is important. I think it kind of illustrates, to a great extent, his natural talent. Okan's natural talent with ingredients and potions, and basically taking in what's in the world around him and kind of understanding it fundamentally. So we're going to take a look at some things here. The blister wart. It reveals all the effects of blister wart, which is ideal. Canis root. Don't know anything about that. Creep cluster. We haven't explored that yet, even though we've harvested quite a bit. So let's go ahead and look into that. Downy feathers. Glowworm larva. Juicy grapes. Lullafly wing. That is, some of these ingredients you're seeing right now are from a mod. These things will kind of become clear later. Mud crab chitin, that's important. That's a good cure disease ingredient for sure. Poison bloom. All right, let's check that out. Damage health, slow, fortify, carry weight, and fear. That could be a good one. Now, it begs the question, with Sky Toxin running, what is going to happen when we are out of this menu system? River Betty? Salmon Roe? Is it just going to outright kill us, or will we survive this? Torchbug thorax. That's good. And vampire dust. Brings us to the end of our list. All right, let's see what happens. Woo! Hello. Not bad. All right, let's make some things now. We've discovered a whole bunch of new ingredients. Lotus extract. Luna moth wing. Take all that. Bleeding crown. And black lotus poison. Deadly, slow-acting poison made from extract of black lotus. That is also from a mod. I'm sure that's something that we'll be touching on here in the future. All right, we've got our circlet on. Let's go ahead and make what we can here. Invisibility. That seems like it could be pretty darn handy for what we're doing. And I have to apologize. We're scrolling through a whole bunch of these effects up here, so it may block your vision a little bit. But you guys know what I'm doing. I'm making invisibility potions. We've got Charis eggs and vampire dust. We'll make 2 of those. Fortify health. Paralysis poison seems like it would be great. Imp stool, swamp fungal pod. Yeah. Great. Lingering damage magicka, no. All right. Health regeneration. Health regenerates 62% faster. Having a couple of those could be very helpful to have on hand. Remember, our poisons here are going to be much more lethal than standard. Death Bell, Salt, a couple slow poisons. So the other thing that I guess plays into this then, of course, is that that also means that the poisons of creatures we encounter around Skyrim are going to be more lethal. So we want to be absolutely sure we're ready for anything that's coming. One of the things that we need, I would love to have, is some resist poison. But we don't have everything we need for that. We need to find and explore some more ingredients. Damage health. So if we did Death Bell. Well, let's see. Ravage health. What is that going to do? 25% weaker to poison. Concentrated poison temporarily reduces maximum and current health. Okay. Let's just check out what a straight up damage health would be. So, Death Bell Red Mountain Flower. Damaging health by 74 points. That is significant. If we use a Poison Bloom, target moves at 50% speed for 71 seconds and damages the target's health for 74. That is nasty. I'll make one of those. Now that definitely makes the risk of harvesting poison blooms completely worthwhile. So at some point in the future, we'll probably invest in more time spent harvesting poison blooms. But before we do that, I want to be able to make some resist poison potions. All right. So previously, we had gone here to the strong box, found a deck in there, the Deck of Shadows. We now have the Deck of Shadows in hand, and it is imparting some innate abilities on us as long as we hold that deck, as long as we keep that deck in our inventory. There are some effects applied. Okay. Deck of Shadows fortifies lockpicking, plus 10-point bonus to sneak, lockpicking, and pickpocket. All the things that we really need. All right. And so we've got this mission. We were told that if we came here, we would be able to pick up the thread and follow it. And so we should be able to do that now. And clearly, what the Hist vision is telling us is that we need to find a way somehow to infiltrate the Solitude dungeon in Castle Dower, because that is where our handler, the Prolocutor, is being held, and we need to talk to him desperately. So this is going to be quite a challenge. Now let's take a look at the book we found. The book is Brynjolf's Notes. All right. This is a map of the sewers beneath Solitude. Okay, so we've got Eastern Outfall, Northern Outfall, Lighthouse. The Northern Outfall, presumably that would be along the northern coast. It looks like it's really, really close to where the lighthouse is. So that may be our point of entry. Then it goes, okay, flooded tunnels and so forth. This seems to be the map that is going to be the most useful to us to start with. What we're going to do is we are going to enter the sewer system, and we're going to try to find a route that will take us up into the dungeon, where we can put into play some kind of a rescue mission for the Prolocutor and see if we can get him out of there, because if he is our handler, we need to be able to speak to him. So that is the plan. What time is it? All right, it's 11 a.m. Let's get some rest. Let's see, 12 hours would be 11. We won't go that late. We want to get an earlier start than that. We'll do 8 hours. And this is going to be a dangerous mission. This is going to take us across the swamp again. We're going to have to make a swim across the harbor and then on into the sewers from there, which are always nasty. All right, we're going to invest today in sneak. And my guess is we're probably going to be doing a heck of a lot of lock picking. So that seems like the appropriate place to invest. And we also will just keep our swimming outfit on, because we know we're going to have to do more of that right away. So let's see what we've got for food. See if we can do a little cooking before we head out. Okay. A mild acid. This is made from spider eggs. Well, we don't want to do that because we're going to use spider eggs for probably true shot potions. However, we can mix up our spider venom here and make more concentrated spider venom. So let's do that. Who knows? There might be a need for that. Let's cook these mud crab legs. Make spider soup. Sear some fat. And we will refrain from making the mountain flower tea as well because we want to use mountain flowers for other things. All right. And before we go, let us check enchantment to see if we've got any garbage on us we can get rid of. I don't think so. Alchemy, we need that. Sneaking, distillation. Oh, this vampire armor. We can disenchant that. Get that out of our inventory. All right. I think we are ready to commence with our mission. All right. We don't need the circlet. Sneaking. All right, we've got everything on that we need. All right, let's go. All right, so welcome back to the story, everyone. I hope everyone is doing okay. I am doing great. Wonderful to be telling stories again. All right. Now, I think what we're going to do is we're going to make liberal use of our instincts. And what we're going to do is we're going to keep heading west. Watching out for predators. Hey, a level. Let's go ahead and take that level right now. Okay, we're going to invest in health. And let's take a look at sneak. It strikes me that this is a good opportunity for infiltrator. Your footsteps and equipped armor make 75% less noise when sneaking. That is a good investment, and we are at level 14. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to try to head generally in a westerly direction. Now we've got to watch for predators, and we have to watch for poison blooms, which give off dangerous fumes. And our goal is to get to the coast, all right, to get to the shoreline for the harbor, and then we're going to swim north along the shore. Eyes open for blooms. We got some blooms here. I'm just using the instincts every so often, scanning for threats. Well, the instincts also tell us about things that we can harvest that we could create beneficial potions from, or poisons, such as canis roots. All right. We're in stealth mode now. This is the magic of playing an Argonian. Never had this kind of experience before, but I gotta say I really am enjoying it. Okay. Take a look at where we are. Look at that, he's like a crocodile. Okay. Now, from here, our route is we're gonna head straight across the inlet here to the opposite shore, and then we're gonna make our way up the northern bank to the lighthouse and begin our search for the inlet. This ability to kind of swim indefinitely really truly does make the Argonian a frightful assassin. I think I've only begun to explore some of the opportunities around different areas of Skyrim presented by water entry. So, all right, there's an inlet right there. But I don't think that's the one we're looking for, because the one that we spotted in Brynjolf's notes was, I think, further east of the lighthouse. So let's commit. Down through the kelp beds we go. Get that tail action going too. He's a fast swimmer. Hello. There's the lighthouse right there. It really gives you a cool sense for almost being like a commando, which I really find interesting. All right, there's the lighthouse. So our point of entry has got to be over there somewhere. You can almost smell the brine, can't you? There it is. All right, there's the back end of the lighthouse. This is our spot. All right, let's do it. Okay, looks like skeevers. Right, it looks like we've secured this room. Let's lock this off. Then we can switch to our other gear. All right, we've got a chamber here. 1, 2, 3 doors. 4 total outlets. Okay. Now, this isn't easy to see, my friends, but We've come through the northern outfall, and we're in that square chamber there. It looks to me like going left or going straight is going to be a dead end, and like our best shot is to take the stairs to the left, because that seems to be where things are opening up a bit more. Okay. All right. So then you can see we've got this main tunnel. Western tunnel, it indicates the jail. So what we want is western tunnel. So you can see there's this big main tunnel here going straight down called Cloaca Maxima. We take a left here, go up the stairs, we hang a right. That puts us into that major tunnel, which gets us into the western tunnel. From the western tunnel, we should be able to explore that and hopefully find a way into the jail area, if we're lucky. There's something up there, maybe a skeever. Take no chances. All right, according to our map, it's a right to the main tunnel. All right, who is this guy?
With 3 beers down, the orc did frown, and bid the elf goodbye, for none could know. 'Twas not for show, and someone had to.
Okay, let's hold off. We don't know who he is. If he's hanging out down here, he's probably not someone that we want to hang out with, spend any time with. He's probably a threat. However,
Once was a woman as fair as an evening of springtime in old
we also need to be smart about this. We can't be leaving bodies laying around down here. So we'll just take it easy here. Okay. Western tunnel. We got a real skeever problem here, eh? Get what we can off of this. Got a skeever tail, some small animal bones. Alright, now there's a dog or something ahead. Take some samples of moss as well. Stay down. You feel like getting bit by a skeever. All right, we got a circular room here. This should be fairly distinctive in our book. Western Tunnel. Uh-huh. You can see in the upper right-hand corner, Cloaca Maxima, that's where we came in. All right, now we proceeded through the tunnels, and we have come out in this round room. The way this is looking to me is that we need to go into this room and veer left to hopefully find this entrance. Oh, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. We got to go right, because we're in the second round room. We've gone through the first one already. That round room is actually that kind of rounded hallway we went through. That's got to be what that is. So we, in fact, need to go to the right. Oh, there's a guy up there. Again, we don't want to be leaving bodies around. So we're going to wait and see what he does. He was sitting down when we came up, so presumably he's going to get up and move away again. There you go. Head out. Okay, let's move up. All right, he's coming our way again. So, let's pop an invisibility here. Okay, only one way to go here. Good dog. Good dog. Good dog. Castle Dower Dungeon. This is the place.
Prolocutor, I am here. Can you hear me? Indeed you are. I had wondered how you would handle this. Very clever, Venin. Are you okay, sir? Let me get you out of here. No, you must not. I am precisely where I need to be. I do not understand. How can you be of any good to the cause trapped in this dungeon? Venin, have you heard of an Argonian king in the south? Yes, but they have been very vague in the details. I've heard that the An-Xileel have moved into southern Morrowind. Is the invasion on? No, it is not the policy of the An-Xileel to invade. We are about sovereignty, Venin. Invasion was the policy of our predecessors. It's a failed policy. No, we did not invade. Our brethren were searching for something. something of vital importance to our people. Our sovereignty and our future as a nation depends on it. We were not led by this king you speak of. We were searching for him. Searching for the king? I don't understand. The Black Prince, the king to be. The Black Prince? Who is the king? Why have I not heard his name shouted from the rooftops? Because, Venin, he has not yet emerged from his shell. The Black Prince is not yet even a hatchling and has been snatched away from his people. The Black Prince is the promise of the people of the Root, and he has been stolen. Together, you and I are going to find the prince and return him home. Gods, who would dare steal a royal egg? The worst kind of traitor, Venin. The very people charged with safeguarding the royal brood. No. How could anyone do this? Greed. What else could move an individual to betray their own people in such a way? The Black Prince was taken from us by two complicated individuals. However, one has already been dealt with. Of course, the dead man in the safehouse. Perhaps. But this is not what is important right now. There will be time for revenge later. First, we must find the prince. And to do that, we must think like traitors. What do you mean? Let us think, Venin. Who would want this valuable item? Those who wish to control the fate of Black Marsh. The Imperials? More specifically, the Emperor. Controlling the Black Prince would not be of much value to the Imperials as a people, but to the Emperor individually, it would be the equivalent of having a secret royal hostage and an invaluable tool for leverage. Titus Meade may be arrogant, but he is not stupid. He understands our ways and our reputation for somewhat rabid nationalism and the lengths that many in our movement would go to in order to avoid harm coming to the prince, hatched or not. If the Emperor desires the egg for political leverage, it stands to reason he has the full backing of the Thalmor in this plot. Exactly. These are very murky and dangerous waters we are swimming, my friend. Why me? Surely there must be more experienced operatives. Experience is not what is needed here. It is trust and capability I seek, and you are the only one for this task. You have no reputation, no track record to make you a target. You are a blank slate. You are beneath notice. I see. Do you? Do not be offended. We have no time for that. The capability will come, but what you have cannot be taught. Integrity, commitment, and a strong connection to the Hist mind. You seem to think you know me very well. I do not know you well, but that will come in time also. However, I have touched your mind, and more importantly, I knew your teacher, the man who raised you. You knew Jidam Da? Yes, I knew him well, and by extension, I know something of your character. How you were trained and the values he instilled in you. The rest will come. Then surely you must know I was not his best student. And you surely understand why you are the only choice. Now, we have more important things to discuss and very little time to do it. We must find the egg before it can be sold. The one who has it does not have the standing required to sell it and will need a broker for the deal. There will be many vying for control of the egg. the one who is finally able to sell it to the Emperor will be a very rich man when this is over. How will we find the thief? We will not. In a province torn apart by civil war, finding one man will be difficult. Our best option is to go after the buyers, Venin. It will take significant resources to acquire the Black Prince, and even criminal organizations of this scale will find it difficult to hide. We start our hunt with potential buyers. Now, since you're here, you've obviously used Brynjolf's sewer notes to great effect. He is a man you can trust. Go to him. He can help you find those with enough money to buy the egg, and we will eliminate them one at a time. But what about you? How does you being in an Imperial dungeon help us? Let me get you out of here, and we can search together. No, I need to be here in solitude. This is the best way to do it. If the prince arrives inside the walls of this city, the Hist will tell me. And there is no doubt that if the Emperor is to take possession of the egg, it will have to come through the gates eventually. It has taken me considerable planning, many intrigues, and more than a few insults to get thrown in here. If I'd simply come into town and taken up residence at the Winking Skeever, the Penitus Oculatus would have had me under constant surveillance or deported by now. No, let them believe I'm under their control. It suits our needs for the moment. Surely you understand that the more success we have in our efforts, the more likely you are to be questioned and worse. Yes, this is a risk I'm prepared for. First, it will start by stripping me of my station, then questioning, and on to torture or even execution. But this is my role and my burden. You have your job, and I have mine. Let me worry about that. You have the more difficult task in all this. How so? I fail to see how there could be anything worse than being tortured at the hands of the Imperials. Yes, well, there are things worse than torture, my boy. Tell me, how committed are you to the cause of your people? Nothing will sway me, sir. I will give my life for this mission, but I think you already know this. Very well, Venin. Then listen carefully. Your mission is twofold. First, you must find those capable of buying the egg. There will not be many with this kind of buying power, and Brynjolf can help you in your search. Second, in case our efforts are fruitless, we must be prepared to take more drastic action. An-Xileel operatives have uncovered a plot to kill the Emperor. We do not know when it will happen, but the conspiracy is already in motion. We must be ready to do our part when the time comes. Gods, how are we to do that? You must infiltrate the Dark Brotherhood. What? That is impossible. Nobody knows anything about the Dark Brotherhood, and besides, how do you even know they're involved? Consider your history, Venin. If you want an emperor dead, who else would you go to? We have it on good authority that this is the river they are swimming, and given the state of the Dark Brotherhood, I suspect they will jump at the chance. Skyrim is the last stronghold of the Brotherhood, and it puts them in the perfect position to give the conspirators what they want for a fraction of the price they would have paid in better times. You must find a way in and be prepared to act when the time comes. If we are unable to intercept the egg, we may be forced to pry the Black Prince from the lifeless hands of Titus Mede himself. This is truly mad. You have no idea. I suppose the man I buried ate a note from you. Yes, he did. He was one of those who kidnapped the prince. He had a change of heart, but he needed to die. He was a traitor. One more to go, then. Indeed. Be on your way, Venin. There is much to do. The time will come soon when I'm no longer able to send notes, and our only communication will be like this, or through the Hist. My ability to use Hist Mind will become more difficult as the torture begins, so you will need to get your feet under you as quickly as possible. Good luck, my brother. Good luck, brother.